My only company. My only company.
Blood off my hands, the judgment coming fast, too much blood on his lane. The second exodus is about to happen, he ain't playing. He's sending out the winds, on this rock we gon' stand. We gon' trust the son of man. This the final album, was disconnected from the source, we done found the power. Messiah built the church back, gotta trust the founder. The carpenter, got the father with him, ain't no stopping you. Protected by the winds if you got his heart with you. Stand on the narrow, the father gon' provide, got his eyes on the sparrow. Never seen the righteous get forsaken, not at all. The devil trying to take us cause he know he about to fall. And Michael standing up in his hour, keep the laws. We gon' blow the trumpet, we ain't go to war with all. Messiah made a way, he laid it down for all flaws. We got the father with his eye up, stand tall. Protecting these commands, they at war with him.
Ooh-wee, that's fire right there, fire. Shalawam, shalawam. Said we ain't Lot's wife, ain't no looking back. We gonna fight for these commandments. All praises be to the Father Yahweh. Once again, all praises be to the Father Yahweh Allah, the Allah of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Allah of Israel. We give praises, honor, and glory and respect to him. And our brother, our friend, Hamashiach Yahushua, his only begotten son, the one he sent. Shalawam to all the Ahchwaths out there. If you tuned in, please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment. Make sure to hit the like button so we can get this message out. For all the Ahchwaths putting in this work, putting in a brick, continue on strong. And if you click on their page or click on anything that they doing, please show support for all the Ahchyam in the nation of Israel that's putting in their work. Make sure you hit their like buttons. If you on Instagram, their hearts, however you tapping into them, make sure to support them for the nation of Israel, okay? Got a quick one here today. As always, we're going to dive right into the scriptures. As always, I start at Proverbs chapter 3 because I feel and I know in my heart the rewards of wisdom. If we use the wisdom that's given to us, we shall succeed. That's what Yahweh told us in the scriptures. So Proverbs chapter 3, verse 1, it says, My son, forget not my law, but let thy heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them upon thy neck. Write them upon the table of thy heart. What should we be writing on the heart? The laws, right? We should bind them around thy neck. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of Allah and man. Trust in Yahweh with all thy heart and lean not unto thy own understanding. Man, when we do that, we start stumbling and fumbling. And I know that for a certainty. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear Yahweh and depart from evil. All praises to the Most High for that. As always, I start with that. But let's dive into the lesson. And as I have it pulled up right here, the temptation of Yahushua, and I'm going to start with this one. This one is mostly for the men, but always for the sisters too, if they can get edification from it, right? But I'm trying to shoot at the man because you are the leader, you are the provider, you are the one, as when it's tempted, when things are being tempted, you are the protector. Just as our brother Adam was when he was put in the garden, he was supposed to protect it. Right? He was supposed to protect Eve. And he didn't. When she gave him that fruit, he ate from it. Instead of knocking it out of her hand or not even allowing her to be sharp enough to not being persuaded by Hasatan, by that evil one. Right? Anyway, Matthew 4:1, here we are. Then Yahushua led up out of the Rakah into the wilderness to be tempted by Hasatan, or the devil. When he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterwards and hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the son of Allah, if you are the son of the Most High, Yahweh, command that these stones be made bread. So this message today will be called bread. Our daily bread, the bread that we need. Not like the manna that our forefathers ate in the wilderness, but the true bread that has came down from the Shemayim, or if you don't know what that means, the heavens, right? The one who descended down, the one who was sent from our Abanawu Yahweh, right? Okay, so that's what this whole lesson is about, this bread that we need to partake in. So Ahchwaths is telling him, command that these stones be made bread. But let's see what Yahweh Shai said. Verse 4, but he answered and said, it is written, meaning it is written somewhere, man shall not live by bread alone. So we cannot just live by physical bread that we eat in our physical fleshly body, but every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Allah, right? The Most High, Yahweh. So we have, it's a must. There is no other way around it. There is not to the left or to the right. It says, but by every. So we have to live by every word. There is no way around it. Everything that we can keep in the law until we get back in the land, everything that he told us, all the instructions that he told us, we must hearken to, listen to, obey, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Allah. Let's see where that's written. Let's pull it up, because you see where right here in verse 4 it says, it is written. So let's get where it's written at. For those who know, good. For those who don't know, it's in Deuteronomy chapter 8, and we're going to start it from the top, right? All the commandments which I command thee this day shall ye observe to do, that ye may live and multiply, and go in and possess the land which Yahweh swore unto your fathers. And thou shalt remember all the way which Yahweh thy Allah led thee these 40 years. So why was they in the wilderness 40 years? Well, he's going to tell us why. To humble thee. They was in the wilderness for 40 years to be humbled and to prove thee. Most people think they were just in the wilderness for 40 years for no particular reason, but they were in the wilderness for 40 years because the Most High Yahweh wanted to humble them and to prove thee, to know what was in thy heart. See, the Most High is very long suffering, right? He's not moving at a pace that we're trying to move at. He wanted to know what was deep inside their heart. Did they truly, truly love him? And were they willing to hearken to his words of wisdom? Whether thou wouldst keep his commandments or no. Verse 3, and he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger. Listen to this. Remember, hunger. Something that your body craves. Physically, fleshly. And fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not. Neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee known, or make thee know, that man does not live by bread only. Here it is again. This is what Yahweh Shai was quoting, right? Food, bread, dictionary. Food made from what? A flour, water, yeast. Another leveling agent. To let it be known that we're truly talking about bread, okay? Somebody want to say it's not, it's bread, okay? Man does not live by bread only, but every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahweh doeth man live. This is what Yahweh Shai was quoting in Matthew 4:4. He was quoting Deuteronomy 8:3. letting us know in the Torah that man cannot live by bread, only physical bread, right? But what do we need to live by? The things that Yahweh has given us, the words, that instructions that he has given us. This is what we need to live by. Verse 4 says, thy raiment wax not old upon thee, neither did thy foot swell these 40 years. So their clothes didn't get old, and neither did they have issues with their feet. Their ankles wasn't swole. They didn't have foot problems or issues. Verse 5, thou shalt also consider in thy heart that as a man chasteneth his son, so Yahweh thy Allah chasteneth thee. Therefore, verse 6, therefore, thou shalt keep the commandments of Yahweh thy Allah, to walk in his ways, and what? To fear him. So we need to fear the Most High, as in awe, right? Like in awe, respect, reverence, right? And we need to keep the commandments that he has given us. All the commandments that we're able to keep, that you're knowledgeable of, that you go over in the Torah, that you can apply to your life and apply to your self right now in your life, then those things you should keep, right? But the Bible also speaks about that the heart is deceitfully wicked. And it's a lot of our brothers and sisters that are Christians that believe that we do not have to keep the commandment. Let me get that real quick in Jeremiah, our brother Jeremiah 17. Let me see. Let me read this real quick. I want to read verse 5. Thus says Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from Yahweh. And a lot of people, like I said, a lot of our brothers and sisters that are in the congregation of a church, or just not even knowing, they just believe in their heart that the commandments are done away with. They have been taught by man that the commandments are done away with. And the book of Jeremiah is letting us know, cursed be the man that trusted in man. You shouldn't trust in man. You should trust in Yahweh, your Father. As it says right here, and whose heart departed from Yahweh. You have departed from Yahweh and put your trust in man. Right? Look at this verse 7. Blessed or exalted is the man that trusted in Yahweh, and whose hope Yahweh is. Verse 8, for he shall be as a tree planted by waters, and that spreadeth out her root by the river, and shall not see when the heat cometh. But her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought. Neither shall cease from yielding fruit. Here it is. This is what I went here for. Verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things, and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, Yahweh, search the heart and try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways, and according to the fruit of his what? Doings. This is why he said, keep my commandments. Because if you keep his commandments, then that will be the fruit of your doings. And as we read back in Proverbs, if you do that, then you will add what? Long life. Right? You will be productive. Everything you do will be productive for the Most High. You will be doing his will. Let me get another one. And I'm going to give you that example. Let me go to John real quick. John chapter 4. John 4. We're in the Blue Letter Bible. And I'm in John chapter 4, right? And this is Yahweh Shai speaking. As you can say, it says Yahweh Shai or Jesus saith unto her, right? I'll start at 21 just to get the whole context so you can know that this is Yahweh Shai speaking, right? Yahweh Shai saith unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. So this is Yahweh Shai talking about the Father, right? The one who sent him. 22. Ye worship, ye know not what. Let me say that again. Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship. For salvation, people always talking about salvation. For salvation is of the Jews. So you can't get around what Yahweh Shai is saying right here. When we always talk about salvation and who it's for, what the New Testament is saying, salvation is for the Jews, or is of the Jews. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father, Abanawa Yahweh, in the spirit, or in the rakah, and in truth. And the Father seeketh such to worship him. Allah is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit, or rakah, and in truth. The woman saith unto him, I know that the Messiah cometh, which is called Hamashiach, or Christ, the anointed one, right? When he is come, he will tell us all things. So this lady was waiting on the Messiah, and she knew when the Messiah came, the Hamashiach, Christ, the anointed one, right? When he came, she said that he would tell us all things, meaning he will let us know what it is that we should do as a people, as a believer. Yahweh Shai saith unto her, this is verse 26, Yahweh Shai saith unto her, I that speak unto thee am he. So he let her know that he was Hamashiach, right? He was the anointed one. He was the Savior. He was the one that was sent, the Messiah. And upon this came his disciples, and marveled that he talked with the woman. Yet no man said, What seekest thou? Or why talkest thou with her? Remember, she was a Samaritan woman. So he, by their rules and regulations of that time, Yahweh Shai shouldn't even been dealing with her or talking with her, right? But of course, we know he's not a regular man. He was the Messiah. And he's on a whole nother level, as we can clearly see that the disciples was not on yet, right? Verse 28, the woman then left her water pot and went her way into the city, and saith to men, verse 29, come see a man which told me all things that I ever did. Is not this Hamashiach? Then they went out of the city and came unto him. In the meanwhile, his disciples prayed or urged him, saying, Master, eat. Right? Because the disciples had left earlier to go get something to eat, some type of bread, so to say. Right? Some type of bread, something to put on their stomach, something to sustain them. Correct? Listen to what Yahweh Shai said. And when it says prayed him, saying, Master, eat, they're saying urged him. Like, put something on your stomach. You need to eat something. But he said unto them, I have what? Meat. Salakia. I have meat to eat that ye know not of. So Yahweh Shai is letting him know, letting the disciples know, I'm already eating. I'm eating meat. Not, as Paul said, not milk, but I'm eating meat. He says, I have meat to eat that ye know not of. Messed the disciples up. I mean, probably blew their head back, you know, because they thinking to themselves like, wait a minute, we just came back And it says right here, therefore said the disciples one to another, have any man brought him out to eat? Meaning, has somebody brought our brother Yahushua something to eat while we was gone? Because he said, I have something to eat. Yahushua saith unto them, my meat. Let me highlight all this. Verse 34, because that's powerful right here. This is very, very powerful. Listen to what our brother said. Yahushua saith unto them, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his work. That's the wheat. I mean, not the wheat. Salakia. That is the meat. That is the bread. The true bread. To do the will of the Father. Because man doesn't live just by regular bread alone, but we live by the bread and every word that proceeded out the mouth of our Abba Yahweh. Right? Say not, ye, there are yet 4 months, and then cometh the harvest. Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look on the fields, for they are white already to harvest. So he's letting us know that the harvest is right now. You need to be going out and harvesting your brothers and sisters out of the world. The ones who are ready. He's letting you know right here that they are already white and ready. Verse 36. And he that reapeth receiveth wages, and gather fruit unto life eternal, that both he that soweth and he that reapeth may rejoice together. Yes, it has been many, many years, thousands of years, that our brothers have been sowing. As Paul said, one soweth, one reapeth, or one soweth, and the Most High gives the increase. So over all these generations and all these time, the word has been sowed. Now, as time approaches and continue on, we are reaping the benefit and reaping what our forefathers and our brothers have sowed in the earth. How do we know that? Verse 37. And herein is that saying true. One soweth and another one reapeth. I sent you to what? Reap. This is what Yahushua is letting us know. He sent us to reap. That whereon ye bestow no labor. Why? Because our forefathers had did this footwork. They had did this labor. Just as we received this truth that we're in today, and the knowledge was given to us that we are of the nation of the 12 tribes of Israel, right? From the labor that was put in from our forefathers. Now it's time for us to go out to the highways, byways, on this computer, on these lessons, on anything that you're on, face to face, out and about, to reap our brothers and sisters, meaning to gather them. I sent you to reap that whereon you bestow no labor. Other men labor. Who labored? Peter, Paul, Jeremiah, Nahum, Habakkuk. All of the brothers, Enoch, Isaiah, and on and on and on. All of them labored. Baruch. And ye are entered into what? Their labors. This is why we read their testimonies. This is why we read, as we're reading John's testimony right now, his words from the Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach. We have entered into their labors. Just as they labored for us, we're laboring and reaping now. So if you're listening to this, know that you are a reaper. And it's time for you to gather your brothers and sisters so they may hear the true message of our brother, our friend, Hamashiach Yahushua. Let me get another one. Moving to the book of Ecclesiastic Us. This is in the 1611, as you can see right here. King James Bible. Ecclesiastic Us, right? And I'm going to jump down to, this is chapter 19. And I'm going to jump down to verse 19. The knowledge of the commandments of Yahweh is the doctrine of life, and they that do these things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality, right? The fear of Yahweh is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law. And the knowledge of his omnipotency. If a servant say to his master, I will not do as it pleaseth thee, though afterward he do it, he angered him that nourished him. Who nourishes us? Yahweh, our Abba. This is who nourishes us, who gives us life, right? And we don't want to anger him, even though we already have, but we don't want to add sin on top of sin. We don't want to continue to anger him. We know our forefathers and some things that we have done have angered him. But this is why he continually tells us to turn from our wickedness and come back to him and live for him. Verse 22, the knowledge of the wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. There is a wickedness, and the same an abomination, and there is a fool wanting in wisdom. He that have small understanding and feareth Allah is better than one that have much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High. I'm going to read that one more time, because that's very important. So many brothers and so many sisters want so much understanding. But here we see in the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 19 verse 24, it says, he that have small understanding and fear Allah is better than one that have much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High. And this is what we have to understand. It's more better, no matter how much wisdom, to trust in Yahweh. That's why it says it is better than one with much wisdom. Even if he has small understanding, but he fears the Most High Yahweh, that's a high, beautiful thing. He's exalted because his mind and his heart is in the right place, because he fears the Most High Yahweh. Let me get another one as we wind down. Proverbs 6. Get another one in. We're about to wind down. Proverbs 6. I'm going to start at verse. I'm going to start at 20 right here. My son, keep thy father's commandment, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thy heart, and tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. So if you do these things, and you have the commandments, and you bind them continually upon thy heart, and tie them about thy neck, when thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is what? Light. And the reproof of instructions are the way of life. That's Proverbs 6 and 23. To keep thee from who? The evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of the strange woman. Who is this strange woman? Well, We know who she is. For those who don't know, just hold on to the end. We almost there. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of her tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thy heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Remember, this message is called bread. And it says, man must not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High, Yahweh. And here in Proverbs 6:26, it says, for by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt. When you hunting something, you trying to kill it for precious life. Can a man take fire into his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one go on hot coals and his feet not be burned? So he that goeth into his neighbor's or his brother's wife, meaning you sleep with one of your brother's wife, a fellow Israelite brother, a neighbor, whosoever toucheth her, Salakia, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent. Man, do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But these are a few commandments, and I wanted to go over this so you can understand some of the things that are written. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. But whoever committeth adultery, remember, if you commit adultery, which is to sleep with a married woman, that's what adultery is, or to sleep with a married man, knowing that they're married and you still have sexual relations with these people, this is adultery. So Proverbs 6:32 says, but whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. I hope you see that on the screen. You lack understanding and you destroy your own soul. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. Who in the Bible said vengeance is mine? Yahweh. He has given all authority to his son, Yahweh Shai. So he will not spare. Repent and come back from your adulterous life. Proverbs 6:35. He will not regard any ransom, meaning there's nothing you could do. Ransom, you trying to pay him off. Oh, I'm going to give $1 million to the church. No, you're not. Neither will he rest. Content, though thou givest many gifts. Right? So I want to get back to this woman who has brought man down to bread. Let me get it as we close out. We're going to go to the book of Revelation, chapter 17. And it says, let me blow this up. Revelation 17:1. And there came one of the 7 Malachs, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, Who is this? A whore. She is a whore. Remember what we just read in Proverbs 6, a whorish woman, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her what? Fornication. The whole earth has been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Right? Verse 3. So he carried me away in the rakah, or in the spirit, into the wilderness, and I saw who? A woman. Who did he see? A woman. We already know she's a what? Whorish woman. And in Proverbs, it just said that they hunting for your soul, for your spirit. I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of what? Blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of what? Abominations and filthiness of her what? Fornication. Full of filth, full of wickedness, full of abominations. Full of what? The things of this world. This is why it says stay away from her flattery. Stay away from her kind words. Stay away from her filthiness, her abominations. Stay away from it. Revelation 17:5, and it says, and upon her forehead, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon, the Great, the mother of who? Harlots. And we have nothing but harlots today in this earth, in this world that we're living in. It is, matter of fact, you are exalted to be a harlot in this day and age. If you are a woman and you conduct yourself in a womanly way, in a womanly manner, right? To be of a good standard, of a high standard, and a meek and loving and kind and woman, today you're looked down upon. But if you are harlot, you exalted. Everybody wants to be like you, a harlot. And it says, this name was written, Mystery Babylon, the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of who? The earth. Hope you see this. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. Who are the saints? The one who keep the commandments, the Kodoshim, the set apart ones, right? Those are the saints, the one who keeps the commandments of the Most High Yahweh, the set apart ones. But yet she was full of the blood. Why? Because it just said in Proverbs chapter 6 that she was on a hunt. Who was she on the hunt for? His saints. Let me get this one more time before we close out. Let me pull it one more time. Proverbs. Let me pull that one more time. Trying to see what verse it was. Right here, 6:26. Will hunt, right? For what? Precious life. They will hunt for precious life. And right here is letting us know. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. So be careful, as it says in Proverbs, that you're not broken down to just a piece of bread, because man doesn't just live by bread alone. And know that we need to keep the commandments. For it says, for the commandment is a lamp, and the law is the light, and the reproofs of instructions are the way of life, to keep thee from who? The evil woman. Who is the evil woman? This woman right here. Mystery Babylon, the great, the mother of harlots, and the abomination of the earth. Right? Why does the Most High want to keep you from her? Because she's killing us. She's killing us. She's killing us off like lamb being led to the slaughter. This is why we must listen to what the Most High says and keep his commandments, because it is a lamp and is it a light. It's a light for us to stay away from her, Mystery Babylon, the mother of harlots. And hopefully this edified you about the bread. Hopefully you got some edification from it. Thank you for tuning in. The water for tuning in. Once again, like I said, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, share. And with that, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. And I say Shalawam, Kwam Yasharala, Call Halal Yahweh, Bashama Mashiach Yahushai. All praises be to our Abba Nahu Yahweh. And with that, I'm going to say Shalawam.
This ain't no game, this ain't pretend. Messiah coming back, we study at it and I repeat. The man on the corner finally blowing out the way.